arguably without a doubt, and one of the most accomplished guys around, who is a cannabis user and a great friend and crew member. My man Kevin, Mr. Soul, how you doing today, brother?
It's cracking. All is well. No
Uh,
complaints.
all right, man. Kevin, man, I think I tell people a little bit. We know each other because we've been crew affiliated for a long years. Although, it was a break. It's like when I was in the service, he was active in CST, and then when I came back, he had made an exodus to Atlanta. So our paths didn't overcross like a lot through the 90s and early 2000s. But since then, I think we really got together over at Moto when Sano came in, and I was doing that good project about 4 years. Yeah.
2018,
To
July.
listen, that was a great. If you haven't seen those Indians that they put over there at that place, it's still a great piece of art that he did. And we was over painted the weekend. We got cool, very cool. Then he was actually shown at that show also, and he has a great story. A lot of people. Cleveland is weird. They don't know how national some people are because I don't know. We don't promote each other a whole lot in the inside. But he did so much work with the Dungeon family and Outcast,
Not
not
Outcast.
Outcast,
Goody
the
Mob.
Goody Mob.
Organized
I
noise.
look at it from organized noise. All of them from a certain era is one block to me. You know what I mean? Like when they was getting going, because like when Lalo and what's his
J.
name,
Cool.
Jay Cool and them went down there. That's a funny story too, because they left Austin, Texas, where me and Lalo was hired. I was actually best vice president of that company, and Jay Cool and Lalo was down there,
Mm-hmm.
and Lalo and Robbie Man Struggling Souls was doing the album. They left there when actually that was wild because Ice Cube had no, it was Dr. Dre had to play Easy E that money for being on the Chronic,
Mm.
and we lost our budget behind that, and that's
Oh,
how they got to Atlanta, and they drove over, and that's always a unique situation. And then tell the people probably a little bit about your background, a little bit about you, how you became Mr. Soul, the great graffiti artist that you are, and not just a graffiti artist. Let me not pigeonhole you and not take away your talent as a nationally recognized artist just in the art field. So give a little people a little bit about your background.
um, let's see here. Born and raised Cleveland, Ohio,
Let's
Lee and
go.
Harvard. Um, I have been into art my entire life since I was 4 or 5 years old,
Hmm.
and so that was pretty much my drill most of my young years. When I got to junior high school, around junior high school is when I started to meet other people who were into hip hop culture, graffiti culture specifically. And around that time, Sano was the sought after individual to
Yeah.
get next to in terms of being validated
Oh,
and
absolutely.
and learning how to elevate the skill set. So Sano definitely became the mentor and tutor to a lot of young black men in Cleveland
Absolutely.
that ultimately ended up going on to do other things. Myself personally, around November 1996,
Mm.
I had determined that Cleveland was not the place that would allow me to grow where I was trying to grow. And
Hmm.
me and my friend at the time, Rashad, who was the publisher of a weekly hip hop magazine called Planet Black Magazine.
Okay.
It was a weekly insert in the Calling Post. This is 95,
Wow.
96. And with 96, we went to Atlanta with that, figuring that that would be a better market for us to be able
Yeah.
to hustle that. While in Atlanta, is kind of like how I was able to work my way into some of these other spaces, being
Hmm.
that Atlanta at the time was, the music mecca, pretty much still is, if you
Yeah.
really,
Up
you
and
know,
coming for sure
yeah.
around that time.
And so I spent 20 years in Atlanta,
Many.
and from 96 2016, my father passed away unexpectedly
Sorry to hear that.
October 6, 2016, 2 days after his birthday.
Mm.
And that's what ultimately brought me back to Cleveland. I'm my mother's only child. My mom was also sick at the time, so I
Hmm.
felt like coming back home was the thing that I probably should do.
Hmm.
Didn't really come back here with no plan or really desire. I came
I can understand
by
that.
based off of necessity.
Right,
And so from that point on, I've been here 8 years. It's 8 years in October that I've been here,
right.
and still, treading the waters.
Oh, I appreciate. And he being very nonchalant, and I love his history. But then also, let me tell you right now, a lot of people do art shows and do things too. What I will say is the things that you and the crew are involved with as a unit are always successful. It's something about the collective of you guys. It's just always so powerful. And to me, no matter what people and artists, white, black, all kinds of culture in this and all different forms of media don't understand is the organization and how hard it is for artists to stay paid in your craft. And out of all the young guys coming up, I am always, I'm like, it's almost like I hold you in high esteem in the way you can still be of the business part of things and get the bag. I think that's a talent that a lot of people don't understand. And I
That's true.
will, since this is a cannabis show, and I do know parts of your situation, like I like to talk about the cannabis use from the business side and the artist side. From not and not so much the artist side as in when you're creating.
Hmm.
I see you dig down on business, and because that's similar to us. I mean, as everybody doing business in America, certain way we got to go. It's rules to the game,
That's right.
taxes, promotion, the way you go about things. This sort of cook, but then also from an artist standpoint, I have no idea how you are inspired, how any of, because I think it's all different.
Hmm.
But then I know like certain things and how meticulous you are about, out of all the people been able to get some product to, your care about what's in it and the composition of it, it's just been consistent since the day I met you. Like
Right.
literally, like I mean this. Like let me tell you right now, soul is a pleasure to service him sometime and pause with that to take care of
Mega
him
pause.
mega pause to get him some of the products like that because he is knowledgeable and also that's gonna mean I gotta look it up before I come call you because I want to know because he want to know
I want to
and
know.
that is very unique but the differences between maybe how cannabis help you in the business and maybe out the creativity side of that is it a difference.
Not really.
Not really.
Not
Okay.
really. I mean, I think it's all in the same lane.
Hmm.
Sometimes it's not good for business. Sometimes it's not good when I'm creating. It just
Right.
depends on the thing. But I think cannabis is an integral part of artistic culture. For a lot of artists, definitely for this one speaking right now. And I like to know what I mean. It's medicinal cannabis for a reason because different strains do different things. And I hate when niggas be talking about they got gas or they got pressure. Nigga, what's the name of the shit
Yeah.
you got so I can look it
Oh,
up and
come
make
on
sure
now.
make sure that this bag you selling me is not gonna put me to sleep when I
A-
got stuff to do. And
absolutely.
so, I'm a snob in terms of I
I
want to know
love
what
it.
I'm smoking.
I absolutely love it. I see the chat is filled up with a bunch of people. I don't know why y'all trolling me about some Trump stuff, but you can call into the radio station at 216-249-6650 if you got any questions for us. We'll get you live. Like I said, my man EP is on the board tonight. And that is and comment on that last thing. I agree with you. I look for creativity different ways, and it does make a difference whether it was business or art. Or
Hmm.
if I was producing something, I'm always looking for an edge or to see something different and a different perspective about things. I think what I was probably itching toward is it a difference between maybe sativa and indica business
Oh yeah.
to
Yeah.
art for you?
Well, that's why it's valuable to know what I'm smoking, so I know if it's an indica or sativa,
Right.
and even still, knowing whether it's an indica or a sativa is not enough
Absolute.
because there's some sativas that I
Ooh,
don't like.
yes. That
There's some indicas that that I don't like at certain times. So
Correct.
by knowing the strain, what was created, what was used to create that strain,
Yeah.
and you can try to kind of trace the lineage of what the effect is. So, for example, like in creative mode, like right now I'm painting, I'm working
Yeah.
on a painting, and it could go either way. Like I could
Mm.
smoke a sativa and
Yeah.
just be turned up,
Right.
or I could smoke an indica and just really zone
Zone
out.
in.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and just be just like be like more mellow and level with it. Whereas the sativa, you know, might have me bouncing around or
Right.
just really
Absolutely.
hyperactive or
Yeah.
hyper involved. So, again, it just depends on what's going on. Certain projects that I'm working on, certain
Hmm.
things that I'm creating, it's not I'm not trying to be bouncing off the wall or hyper anxious
Right.
like a sativa can do. So it really just depends.
Yeah.
I'm a
That's
connoisseur. I do know my favorite strains is OG Kush
oh,
is
that's
is
so
my,
crazy.
and then it's very rare to be able to find. You probably I don't even know if they even make it anymore,
Yeah,
but
we got you though.
Marathon OG
Marathon,
is one of
bruh.
is
I
probably
can't
one of the.
wait. We got something we gonna do live on air because today, all my guests I like to give, except for my next guest, she don't smoke. But we like to give
I take her
him,
gift.
yeah.
I take her
EP
gift.
over here with his hand raised. What's your EP? Put your hand down, bro. You'll get that stuff, man. That's gonna go into the community. That's funny that you said that because I do got Marshmallow OG today, and and it is specific, and it was such a throwback. That I was like, man, see, I forgot about that OG part of the Marshmallow. The new strain that's the same strain renamed was Marshmallow Puff. So all you people under 35 or who don't know, it was Marshmallow Puff. Actually, this kid Priest up in Michigan. I know these girls too. That's the other thing, and I appreciate Mr. Soul for how he is meticulous about what he wants because I'm equally meticulous and he'll tell you I search. You're not gonna get no bad bag of weed from me. I'm gonna tell you
Ever,
that. I'm gonna tell
never
you
ever
that
happens.
because first thing I do after it passes all the tests, I smoke it, and I want to be able to tell you like from me judging what it does to me and knowing your flavor profile, it's easier for me to put on. Like so, he is very meticulous. Today was the first day that he said, "Okay, run that." And I said one thing, "Oh shit, I got Marshmallow OG," and he just instantly said, "Okay," because we got a relationship, and he could say, "Okay, big bro, I kind of know you know me, so I know you," and that's where it's gonna be. I'm trying to tell you the way the market is going into the future. You gonna want to know your grower. Cause I'm trying to tell you, this Garbino that came out, I hit my boy up from East Cleveland just yesterday. He came by with this shit. They should have called it Wiz Khalifa Black and Yellow. Never seen weed like this before. And in all honesty, it smelled like wet crack. I don't know if anybody been around
Yeah,
somebody when they
I
was
think.
stirring up crack. That shit was chemically nasty.
Yeah, I saw somebody had some black and gold looking weed on
Yes,
Instagram. I'm still
man.
blowing on that shit.
Black and gold, like in the history, all you have to do is like Kevin do. Look up on Leafy. It's so Google.
Allbud.com.
Yes, man. And if that shit don't look like something that's on there. And they used to have a one site that they'd tell you whether it was in 90%, 96% of accurate from a picture
Hmm.
to say what it is. But let me tell you, the China and some scrupulous businessman is out here trying to trash that weed up. And I try to tell everybody all the time, they'll get some CBD, they'll get a Wagner spray painter and put some Delta 9 ab- totally made in the chemistry, not grown and extracted naturally from the plant. They manufacture this stuff, spray it on all the weed, and give it right over to the neighborhood. So all you people, if you buy an ounce for under $100 or $75, bro, your red flag should be up. You just is that's not where I'll be the first one to tell you guys when we get that cheap. Cheap weed like that is dangerous weed. That's and I'm gonna say not all of it, but 9 out of 10 is not good for you. So that bag, it was black and yellow, and he called it wedding cake. I was like, first, I ain't never
Nah,
seen wedding
wedding
cake.
cake
You
don't look.
already know,
Wedding
but
cake ain't black and yellow, buddy.
it ain't black and yellow. How you gonna call it? And when you open the bag, I was like, I never in my life smelled weed. Not even the old monkey paw or something. Even wet don't smell like
Smell like
that.
straight chemicals or
It,
something.
bro, it smelled like, I hate to tell you. I asked the dude like, Dave, did you put this shit in the old crack bag? I mean, like that's what it smelled like to me. But you have to be cautious out there. And as I said, knowing your grower, knowing where it's coming from, and the source of things is going to be so very important to me. Looking at other markets, that's who's going to go. That's why Two Chains and the guy sell ounces for $1,000 because he's growing veganic weed, and you know he growing it. It's only going to be 6 pounds of it every 3 months to 4 months, and it sell out every time. That's because he's putting the care. He down there sleeping with his plants,
He taking
and
good care.
it's
He's a
taking very
connoisseur
good.
of the
A
culture of.
connoisseur.
He's a connoisseur of the culture of cultivation, where some people are just trying to make money off of it.
Absolutely, and that is always to me one of the things. I think we're gonna come up on our first break here. We're gonna pause for the cause. We're gonna hit the little Puffco. We got some today. We're gonna get a little. We got some guava left over. It's very very good. Thanks my people up at Farm by Made by Farmers up in Michigan. We're gonna go up there. I was up there this week. We're gonna go back in 2 weeks, so look out for that. We're gonna be on the 200-acre farm
Mm.
when they get ready to harvest. So if anybody want to come be my cameraman, film man, grip, and get a photo op, log on to Sohigho 216 Sohigho 216 at Gmail. First 5 people, I'll take you on a road trip. We'll be back after these messages from the Voice of Radio Station.
Hey.
Yeah. All right. Now we get to get high.
Saying if you about to go somewhere else.
Nah, I guess got so then I'll probably go your next one probably would be what how do you feel about the legalization changing over in Ohio? You know, from
Them
where it
prices way
was.
too high. They need to
Oh,
cut
they need to
it.
cut it. I love that shit though, man. EP, we rolling on YouTube today. I got shit ton of chat. I don't know why it won't. But it's kind of like trolley chats though. I'm down for Trump, and
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying. Like I don't know what that is.
You on Instagram?
That's on YouTube on
Oh, you on?
Sohigho Gas Company
Oh,
on
you.
YouTube.
Oh, you got. You do get the live on there
Yeah,
too.
he got well the Facebook from Earl Porter Voice of Radio get the most views, and that's
I
the
check
one.
it. I
Yeah,
check it out. 'Cause I
and
don't
I'll
even
make a
have Facebook.
copy of it. I'll download it MP4 it and then get it over to you.
All right, that's good.
Yeah, so we'll go. I got like 2 more. We'll go. I like the because usually I talk about legalization, and then we probably talk about how cannabis is influencing art, culture, and specifically the Cleveland. You know, we'll get to
Talk.
that. But see, we got it good. We done had 420 shows. You know.
Yeah, I was gonna delve in that. Like, for me, the 420 show started in 2015.
Yeah.
Remember my
Oh.
man Chris
Oh. Okay.
curated the first 420 show
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
in my circle.
Yeah.
We
I
had
remember
Killer
that.
Mike came out.
Oh.
Lil Duval came out.
Okay.
Got some pictures from that. That was 2015.
Yeah, that's that guava.
I hit this contraption.
Just hit it. Just pull. Just inhale.
What's poppin'? It's your girl Jessie Jets, and I'm here, and
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
always tuned in to Voice
I was about to say you might be the only no, nobody have not coughed.
Cool with being first.
Okay, next please.
Got me beat. Talking about
Yeah.
still cough.
I was
Check out Laura Collins and Empowerment Hour. That's
Oh
Tuesday
shit.
every Monday from 6 to 7 p.m. on Voice of Radio.
We
What's
ready?
going on, everybody? It's Media Man, Will County, and wherever
Hey,
I am in the world.
before we get out to, let him do that voice drop for me when you record those, so I can start getting mine up. I want him to do like that. Look, yeah, but so yeah, but so you gotta see his art though. EP,
How you spell your name?
What you on Instagram?
So,
Mr. Soul.
Soul, S-O-U-L, Mr.
S-O-U.
L, yeah. Spelled out, M-I-S-T-E-R-S-O-U-L,
Mr. Soul.
Yeah.
216.
623-6888. Share this message and save lives. This message brought to
Oh
you
yeah,
by
let me get some shit up.
And what's your Facebook? You got a Facebook?
Facebook is M-R period S-O-U-L 216. But most of my content is on Instagram.
These are made by farmers products. They gonna let me freaking. I swear, you want to do an interview? Y'all better come out YouTube and sign up for that Sohigho 216 at Gmail. 200 acres. It's gonna take. It's like 2.5 hours. It's right on the other side of Ann Arbor, close to Michigan. And bruh, I mean, I never stood in that much weed in my life. I mean, let me tell you, it is. It's just overwhelming. When you drive by the one field, you just want to stop, and he take you to a bigger field.
This is a journey into sound.
Welcome back to the Sohigho Gas Company podcast. Here we got the one and only Mr. Soul in the studio with us today, talking about art, culture, and the cannabis community. You know, a lot of people don't know that a lot of artists do kind of get inspiration for this thing, and I've been lucky enough to participate with you and over the years and the people over at Red Lion and doing a 420 style art show. And the original ones, it's kind of watered down now, but the original ones was literally like 2-3 months out. Everybody produced cannabis related pieces, and those first shows we was doing, and that also has turned into an annual event. You want to know where I'm at on 420? It's behind the event that he helped orchestrate, create back in the day, the 420 art show. And I do want to talk to you a little bit about how cannabis is relating in the art scene here, specifically around Cleveland, and probably a little bit about that origin on those first 420 shows that you were throwing.
Well, for myself, the 420 art show for myself began in 2015.
Yeah.
When I was still in Atlanta with my
Nice.
City of Ink
See
crew.
that?
Myself and my brother Chris Carter, we were already curating art shows like at around 2015. City of Ink was 8 years old at that time, so we had been doing art shows for 8 years over that course of time.
Wow.
So we just had a bright idea to do a 420 theme show, and
Nice.
I still got to show you the pictures. But we did this art show. All the artists did pieces that were inspired by 420 culture. My homeboy Chris has a brand called Drinks Up, so he provided the drinks.
Yeah.
And this was probably one of the bigger art shows that we had that wasn't the anniversary show. And that
Nice.
we had a gang of people on the roof, so you could go like next door. My brother Maya had a loft upstairs, and you can go out the window and sit on the roof.
Okay.
So we had probably about at least 30, 40, maybe 50 people on the roof.
Yeah.
So the roof at the time it was vacant. Now it's 2 Chainz restaurant.
No, just see
But
what.
2015 it was vacant. So we had this big 420 party. It was like one of the biggest. It was more of a party than an art show.
Let me ask you one question, sidebar. Was marijuana
Nah.
Okay.
Nah.
That's what I really like. That was an underground traditional party.
No, it was an underground party, and then we had a lot of people came out. Killer Mike came, Lil Duval came. We had a few other people pop through, and it was just a good time. It was a bunch of people smoking in the loft, outside on the. But I believe the rooftop was the culmination.
Smoking, yeah.
Yeah, because that was the first time we had allowed people on the roof, let alone be out there like that ourselves.
Right.
It was just a dope
that
vibe.
was
Everybody was
great.
lighting up, getting high.
Yeah, that is so great. Now, I know some of your pieces that you did. One of my favorite. If you guys don't see back, if you don't see him on Facebook or YouTube, look out. This is one of his signature guys, and I remember the 420 show that you did here in Cleveland. I freaking him hard over buying that piece with that guy
It's,
smoking.
it's still for sale.
Oh God! Listen, look him up. We're gonna make sure you get his. If you want to support black businesses and black artists, brown artists, not really. Just to be honest with you, I say that because I think sometimes we don't get a fair advantage. But just in general, artists, a great artist. You could take the label off of this as great art,
I'm black
great,
though.
but he is black.
Okay.
He is a great artist. The time and the inspiration he puts into his pieces is well worth taking out. And that's when I really was like, man, that piece right there. And when we did the Cleveland shows, the first ones, to me, just was we kind of dialed it back down a little bit. It's open to other artists and things like that. But those first ones was so high quality and it was so straight. And those was the ones where you and Roots, I can't recall his name
D
right now.
Roots, David
Yeah,
Ramsey.
that y'all was curating those,
Yeah.
and those was like. Yeah, it wasn't a 420 party. It was an art show that we smoked weed at to be, if you ask me. But it was themed around 420, but I still had a culture. And I think maybe the second or third year when Johnny O came through that mug, I really felt like we was like legitimate,
Got a
bro.
picture from that one too. But the piece you was talking about,
Hmm.
I did that a couple, maybe 2 years ago. But it
Okay.
was my eyeball character. But the name of the piece was Smoking Ops.
Smoke. Ooh,
And
that's a good
so
one. You got to see this one.
out of the smoke was George Bush,
Oh,
Christopher Columbus, who else I have in there? J. Edgar Hoover
yeah.
and General Lee, I believe. Um,
That's
so
good
the
stuff.
piece is inspired by a twist on Chicago culture because the whole usage of the word ops is
Yeah.
that's out of Chicago
Right.
street culture, but obviously it's my responsibility to put a political,
I,
social, positive spin on it. So when you look at the drug game in America and how black men and black women
mhm.
have been incarcerated at higher levels, and you look at it being a kind of a systemic thing. I looked at an opportunity to open up a conversation about that with this
Yes.
piece. So I had my
Ooh.
character smoking a blunt or smoking a
Yes.
joint, forming smoke out of these ops to the black community.
Absolutely.
Ronald Reagan was in
Yeah.
there too.
There
Ronald
we
Reagan
go.
gave us crack. J. Edgar Hoover gave us COINTELPRO.
Oh my God.
Christopher Columbus was a
Misinformation.
thief and a misinformer. So all of these things I thought were oppositions to
Yeah.
progress, freedom, and justice, and that's kind of like how that piece was born. And I was definitely smoking some
That
indicas
right.
when I
It
did that.
reminded me of that joke. I don't know if you remember when I don't know who it was, but they was just like roll that shit, smoke it, blow that shit out, like at the end of the night. And I know a lot of people who use cannabis for that. They don't drink anymore, but they like to take the edge off. So they take their problems
Hmm.
and they inhale their problems
And
and
blow them
they
out.
exhale and they blow it out. And that's sort of like when you saying that and you describing that piece to me, that's what that is. Like, okay, I recognize the problem, but I'm gonna exhale that shit.
That's a
And
fact.
when the smoke leave my body, that problem is leaving my body also. I definitely like that concept of that picture. And you gotta we're gonna give you all this social media and where you can look at these art. And like you said, he is an artist that sells art for a living. He is a professional artist, and that means he sell his art talents for money and to live. So look that up. Support him. He just let me know he has direct to garment T-shirts that's available also, and he has a lot of pieces. And I'm definitely gonna get one of his pieces in my collection. Sometime I ain't got enough. I gotta go sell some more dimes and nicks up for some of his stuff. But don't get. It's gonna appreciate. They are very, very good. He does a very good job. Now, upcoming, do you have any events or any projects that's coming up that you like to promote?
Oh well, I'm coming off the tail end of doing my first ever
Yes.
solo
Oh,
art
talk about
show.
that. Talk about that. Hold on. Stop right there.
Okay.
He showed in Atlanta by itself like this year, and let me tell you how huge that is. It's one thing to show around in your local town, sort of one thing, but once you start going to another state and doing an art show, you are gaining national recognition, and I'll give you all the props in the world. I knock a lot of people because I call them DJ local because they will not break out of their neighborhood. Basically,
Out the neighborhood.
they
That's Cleveland culture.
that's clear. Even our graffiti culture, some dudes is only spray painting on the east side, and I was like, "You whack! If you don't take that shit to the west side, go down to Columbus side." And that was back, and you old enough to remember that culture. Like shit, if you was getting your name up, you had to throw it up around a few. Or you was
Yeah, I
that
mean
dude.
that's why I don't don the title graffiti artist
Yeah.
because it's disrespectful to graffiti
Yeah,
artists. I'm
that's
an
true.
artist that
I
can
see.
do graffiti,
Yes.
but I'm not a graffiti artist.
Thank you because of that
I know a
culture.
person that I met in Atlanta. His name is Graffiti. He's a graffiti artist, and he's in an active graffiti
Graffiti
crew,
crew.
MSK, which is a real big crew.
Yeah.
But I always looked up to Dax as like as the evolution of what a graffiti artist
Yeah.
was, and other artists, but just because I was in Atlanta and I would see him move around, the evolution of what a graffiti artist is when you come out of that teen stage.
Mm.
Like to this day, Dax is he's throwing up throw ups, he's
Yeah.
tagging, he got pieces and he got merch, he do shows, like he's a
Yeah.
well rounded visual artist, but it's centered around graffiti culture.
Hmm.
Um, but I think that's important for myself. I always like the title visual artist because
Visual
it's
arts.
a
I will
little
get that
more
right.
it's a little more encompassing of all these other things
Hmm.
that I do. But I don't even know how we got on the
Yeah, that's
subject
that.
of
That's that good
graffiti,
ass week. That's that dad we took
whatever
for a
that
minute.
was.
Yeah, that was good. But what do you have like in the way of the
Oh yeah,
future
coming
coming
up.
up? Yep.
Yeah, so that's what I was talking about. So I'm off the tail end of doing my first
Oh,
ever
that's true.
solo
That's the
show.
one. I did that to you.
Yeah, you
I
did
put
that.
you on the rabbit trail.
That I did in June. It was my 50th birthday present to myself. That was one of the things that I had set as a goal for myself prior to turning 50. So
Okay.
I did this show June 7th, June 12th, I turned 50 years old. So I did that.
Right.
I did in the span of 2 months and change. I produced about 20 pieces for this show.
Great show.
And so right now I'm kind of still on that high.
Right. Right.
But I did just recently start working on some pieces.
Okay.
I might do something here. I ain't saying nothing until I decide that I'm gonna do
Ooh.
it.
Be
But
looking out for.
just that, and mostly just staying creative, man. That's the most important
That
thing.
is so very good. Well, and you when we can bring a guest in, we always like to bless them with a little bit of Sohigho love, which you know well about. And this one is a marshmallow OG, and it's very good. And this one, just so he knows, it's 60-40, and that's gonna be 60-40 on the sativa
Okay.
to the indica. So it's 60 sativa, 40 indica, and I'll tell you right now, just in general, it's just high THC. So I don't give a damn what that's talking about
Yeah,
on
because
the back end. Yeah,
sometimes that don't even. Oh, sometimes that doesn't even matter. Like
yeah, the
it's
composition.
yeah, it's a variety of different things that make that strain the thing
Yeah.
that it is. You know.
Yeah, this one is.
All right.
Let me tell you, the THC is up at the 28-30%. So even
Oh
though
yeah,
you get,
that's
so to
crucial.
me, yeah, you're gonna get that front end, like, oh yeah, I feel like. Then all of a sudden you be like, maybe I smoke too much of that shit because I'm
Yeah.
THC heavy right
And
now.
it's a sativa, so I
Yeah,
already know if you tell me it's in the 28 to 30s and it's sativa,
yeah, yeah,
that's a real quick.
yeah. You
Because
already
anything
know.
more than that might I'd be too
Thank
anxious.
you very much. And that's me. I do not like me in the daytime. I don't like being over like 17 to 20. Don't call me a chump. But I really got shit to do, man. And just like we forgot what we was doing, it's a real phenomenon is short-term memory loss. And I do want to tell everybody, I will always be remiss if I get off this program ever with telling you that gummies tear you up. And I was wondering, do you, probably my last question to you, do you have an edible story? Good or
Oh
bad?
yeah, I do.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. So in Atlanta, at the shop one, I don't. This guy came through the shop one day with some cupcakes. The cupcakes were about this, maybe
That's not big, yo.
about this big,
That's a
right?
quarter. Yeah.
That big, right?
Uh huh.
But you could smell my dude when he walked through the door, right?
Yeah.
So everybody, we got these cupcakes. I think I got like three of them or something like that. So the next morning, the shop opens at 1 o'clock. There used to be a tea shop, like a tea and coffee shop, right down the street where I would go have like a little quick breakfast.
Uh huh.
So I had some tea, and then I ate one of
Cup.
the brownies. I mean, one of the cupcake
Yeah.
brownies, right? So it's like, okay, cool. Now I'm there at 8:30, 9 o'clock. So around 12:30, the shop is about to open. So I eat another one, right? Because they taste good.
They taste good.
But I have never had no edibles like this in my life. Prior to this, edibles are like hit or miss,
Yeah.
mostly miss. So get to the shop, then we have a session. So my dude rolls a fat ass, some type of purple
Yeah.
weed blunt. So a joint. So we just lit, right? Now this shit kicking in. I'm like, yo, I am. Why am oh, damn, these
I ate that,
cupcakes.
yeah.
So my friend had took one of these. She don't smoke or eat or she don't do nothing,
Right.
right? But she was curious. She took a corner of one of these small cupcakes.
Right.
Man, it was about. So I was hot till like 12, 1 o'clock in the morning. I
Damn.
remember her calling me. And I was in bed with my girlfriend, and she called. She don't never call me, so I'm thinking it's an emergency. I pick up the phone. I'm stoned trying to get to sleep.
Yeah.
What was in that cupcake? What do you mean? It was a weed cupcake.
Right.
Why are you calling me? She's like, why am I still feeling this way? I'm like,
Yeah.
girl, you high. And then I
Right.
hung up the phone. But that was probably the strongest edible I ever had. It was like, yo, I respect.
Yeah.
They put
There
a
you
whole
go.
pound in them little cupcakes.
There you go. That's why we always gonna tell you gotta go low and slow. That's low dosage and go slow. Take a bite like the young lady did, but she actually took too much of a bite probably, and just don't.
It was
start.
small. It was small, but she don't smoke.
Right.
So
Yeah,
that
you gotta be
small
careful.
piece like knocked her out.
That's very
Put
questionable.
her down.
Give us all your information where people can find you at, and good ways to get in touch to you. And he is an artist for hire, so if you need murals, pieces, I know you could commission him for a project. So give us some information on where we can get in contact with you at.
www.mistersoul216.com. That's mrsoul216.com. And then the quickest way is probably on Instagram. Mr. Soul, MISTERSOUL 216 on Instagram. And you can see me around the city, 93rd, Buckeye area, Union Miles. I have a few murals that I've put around town under
Right
my
up on
Inspire Your
Buckeye
City project. So.
You know what's crazy is he's got a mural on the closest plug smoke shop to us. It was Nikki's Records, but he has a mural on the side of Raw on 117th and Buckeye. If you wanted to check that out, also. To my good buddy, thank you so much. I'm gonna have him sit through. We got another special guest that's coming in, and if you don't mind, if you ain't got nothing to do, if you want to, hang out a little bit, because afterwards we'll get smoky. We gonna take our next break and bring our next guest up. Thank y'all so much for tuning into. Let me just say, I'll be remiss without reminding y'all that I kicked off the Tuesday block here on Voice and Radio. Let me tell you what's coming up after me is Al Porter with the Hip Hop Show, and this evening. Hot Mess in the Evening. If you ain't checked out Hot Mess in the Evening, let me tell you, man, we be belly laughing real hard. It's a great show with my man. It's our signature show here at the Voice of Radio. Hot Mess in the Evening with EP this evening. Check that out. That starts at 9 o'clock. Thank y'all so much for tuning in to the Voices Radio. Don't forget you can call us at 216-249-6650 for all your cannabis questions while we on the air. We'll be right back after these commercial messages. I don't know why all you Trump people is in the chat though, folks. What in the world, bro? What is up with that, man? You know, If Trump want to pass out some free weed, oh, come on up. You come right here. Uh, I don't know why y'all like old Trumpy Trump, man. That don't make no sense to me. We don't vote for no. I mean, I vote for who weed friendly, but that dude ain't really said he was weed friendly or nothing. And JD Vance ain't vote for the weed bill here in Ohio. That's my only political. I could care less. To be honest with you, I don't believe in none of them. But let me tell you what. If you ain't at least gonna vote for the cannabis plant, I ain't messing with you. And you got to check JD's record on that. He kind of hated on us, y'all. I'm not sure. I'm down for your money and everything, but I'm here about this plant now. Don't be doing that. Dang, man. If Trump will smoke a blunt on TV, if they both rolled up, I'll vote for them. But if they ain't gonna do that, you want one of these things? I thought you was gonna go live because people use these trophies, these guys and stuff, and get it together though.
Yeah, I'm like,
What's poppin', y'all?
What's poppin'?
You know I'm tuned in with Voice Radio.
Oh
It's
shit.
Big 40, man. I'm always tuned in to Voice of Radio.
Oh yeah, we got you, man. What's your company name?
Hey, what up, man? It's
it's
your
the
boy Big
Wolfpack.
Cap.
It's the Wolfpack.
Yeah, I'm affiliation
What's
with
going
Can
on?
of
It's your
Globe.
favorite host,
Can of Blow.
Can of
What
Globe.
up? What up? This your boy.
I'm an affiliate of the Can of Globe company. But my business is called the Wolfpack Dispensary.
All right, you just I go I try not to be I'm gonna help,
Yeah,
but
don't
I'm
be
gonna
like that, cause
I'm gonna
I'm
offer
really
you. I'm gonna give you some good. I give you some good questions. I give you some good ones that yeah, I'm tough about this stuff because I know. I kind of think I know what I'm talking about.
You know you do. And
Yeah,
I
I know.
like that about you.
Yeah,
So,
no, I do know. I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm the best around this joint.
and that's
Can't nobody
good.
beat me.
And what I'm saying is, this ain't no competition.
It ain't no
I want to
competition because I
collaborate
want. No,
with
I'm
you.
just
You
playing.
see what I'm saying? Like, we
Yeah.
could really lock arms
Yeah,
together and make a
that's
lot of
what
money
because
together.
Lalo told me you was coming, and he really called back before you even got here and said you was coming down to
Yeah.
talk about this today, and I would stick around and do as many of these as we want. All right. I gotta smack your mama. If y'all didn't go get that Ohio City barbecue, you better go get that shit. And if you do got a drug problem, and even if it's pot, what's the name of them? You go get some help though. You gotta listen to the Voice of Radio commercial. And if you need some munchies, they got that Smack Your Mama barbecue over on the
Oh, I
west
like that.
side too. Oh yeah, that's made by farmers too. We can talk about them. This my people
I
who
had
got
no.
the whole.
I definitely do this.
Yeah, it's
Cause
the
I,
CBD non THC.
yeah, I
Yeah,
tried
yeah.
some of the products in my business,
Oh yeah.
and
Welcome back to the Sohigho Gas Company and the podcast live from the Voice of Radio on the Tuesday Big Block. I'm happy to be kicking it off. I got a special guest. I go from multiple guests canceling week after week, faking me out. I ain't gonna call y'all punk ass names out, but y'all know who y'all are. You just making shit shitty for me. You know what I'm saying? Okay, yeah. And now I got two guests at back to back. So I'm gonna have them introduce themselves. I'm not gonna mess it up. I ain't gonna butcher it. And I do know that we are starting a virtual dispensary, which is very good. And you know me, I'm a proponent. I'll tell you a little bit about me. I'm a proponent of the traditional market. So we cut our teeth. We kept our block crack free. And I feel like everybody in this industry is standing on the good pothead, good weed dealers who've been in this industry before it was legal, recreational, or medicinal. Shit, we've been smoking that shit forever. I wasn't the first one who grew it, but it's been here since I got here. So when industry people come into my marketplace, legal or not, I ain't gonna say gatekeeping. Hell yeah, I'm gonna say gatekeeping. I'll be like, man, if y'all ain't paying us no taxes as a street dude, I don't know what it is, but tell us a little bit about your company. First, introduce yourself, and then tell us a little bit about your company and how you got into the cannabis industry.
Okay, so first of all, my name is Jules Charlton.
All right.
I am originally from Lorain, Ohio,
Let's
born and
go.
raised.
L-Town.
I moved away to Florida, and I'm not really 420 friendly at all.
Oh,
But
there we
I'm
go.
420 acquainted because even if I didn't like coffee, I would still own a Starbucks. Correct? When you
To a certain degree, yes,
Yeah, yeah.
I would agree with that.
okay.
Yes.
So
Straight business.
when I was introduced to the whole idea of becoming an owner, I've never been an owner of nothing.
Okay.
So this meant so much to me to actually be able to step on a pedestal and put my crown on, cock it the way I wanted to cock it, and
Absolutely.
really represent something that is impactful to the world, not just my city.
Mhm.
So when I watched the information and I took and I know history of our people, being locked away, being
Oh,
put in
absolutely.
prison. So then to hear that now Ohio has legalized the growing and selling of cannabis and have done
Yes.
so, and it's been legalized since 2018 when Donald Trump legalized it. Correct?
No, absolutely wrong. It's never been legalized nationally ever. It's still a federal, and the problem with that is it's still Schedule 1 federally. So no matter what we talking, we all breaking the law federally. So
Okay.
when it passed over, it was the People Initiative. When we got medical marijuana, it was because the people voted on it. It was a bill that came up, and we had to vote for medical, and the legislators approved medical, and that's the current policy we was on in 18. So it went through regular order in Ohio Congress, and then we got medical in 2018.
So what I like about that is, when you sell in the store and like you said, it's
Hmm.
not legal,
Yeah, the
right?
traditional market
The
is what I like to
traditional
call
is
that.
not.
Yeah.
You have to have a medical card. You have to
Right.
be
Absolutely.
licensed to
Hmm.
distribute. So with this virtual concept, you don't need a license, and you can sell virtually because you're not bagging, cooking, weighing, or trafficking anything, which makes this completely legal. And then because of the compliance, the weight,
Right.
now you can get away with doing it and getting it drop shipped to the front door.
Okay. Now, I agree with you, and I like that business model, and I see what you said. Like, but then that's also, it's sort of like, to me, just hearing that you're the Airbnb or the Uber of the cannabis industry. Like Airbnb is the biggest hotels that don't own a hotel. Uber is the biggest car service that don't own cars. So, is your company gonna be the biggest cannabis company that don't grow weed?
No, we are the Amazon of cannabis. We are a big deal. And so what I'm saying to you is I'm not coming here to step on your toes at
No, you
all.
can't. You can't.
Yeah, okay, I like
I'm
that. I
secure
like
with. I said,
that.
I promise you, you
Yeah, I
can't
like
step on
that.
my toes. All
Okay,
right.
so I don't want to because you said before you was gatekeeping.
I,
So
to a certain extent,
yeah,
I tell you a little bit about that. If I say I'm gatekeeper, I'm only one person with opinion. It might
right,
be
right,
other people that agree with my opinion, and I might could represent the voice of some
mm,
people,
right.
but absolutely not. I'm just a dude that's sitting here. I'm just sitting
Chopping
here,
it
just
up.
like, yeah, absolutely.
So
I got the power you're gonna give me, and nothing
oh
less.
no. So what I'm doing, what I am here for, what I've come back from Florida to
Hmm.
Ohio to do, is empower my people to give them a place, a platform where they can make money internationally, becoming owners. I want to train them. I got a 3-step process that I
Okay.
train my people to become owners so they can make money. My whole thing is if you help your people that's hurting in the city, that's killing each other
Right.
in the city, that are not united and that are divided, you take away when they making money together, now all the hatred turns to love. So
Oh
that
yeah.
is my mission, to help my people see each other as family, not see each other as foes, seeing each other as competition, seeing each other as nigga, I got more than you got. You
Right.
see what I'm
Right.
saying?
I agree.
So the whole concept is say, see yourself as a big deal first of all, because everybody has a light to shine in, like the
Hmm.
stars in the sky. But in this particular case, I want you to see yourself as a big deal. Come together with me, and
Yeah.
let's come together and unite. Because when we don't unite, you let everybody else, every other, I would say race, but you let every other person
Right.
have more dominance over you as far as, financially
Yeah.
making money.
I agree. I agree with that. Let me ask you about this business plan now.
Okay.
So it's in the cannabis industry, and it seemed like, okay, I hear your concept, but is your concept working for, is it like a business plan for any industry, or is this specifically tailored to the cannabis industry? So, because I know it's a virtual dispensary, and I hear what you said. You said you don't need to do this, and that, and you could be in with that. So, is like we send you $300 and find our lesson plan, or
Mm-hmm.
do you just say, okay, I'm gonna bootstrap you up, follow these 3 steps, and then in 30 days, let me see what your P&L, that's profit and loss, is looking like?
No, no.
Or what kind of,
How does that work?
yeah, I'm just curious. I'm curious on whether I should sign up with you. Should I tell other people?
Oh,
Because right
absolutely.
now I need a little more information on how
Okay.
we gonna get to making this money.
Well, I help you make money immediately the same day you start working with me because of my 3-step process. One, I classify and verify that my things are in fact real. I
Right,
show
right.
them the store virtually.
Okay.
Then I show them, I bring them to the information. So they got to see the whole overview of the compensation plan, the whole
Right.
of the idea of the plan, right? After that, now I'm getting them paid for their time and the conversation that I have. So before they even decide if they want to sign up with me, they're
Right.
already making money with me.
I see that is when you show me that. So I'm gonna take a look, folks, and
Yeah,
trust me.
definitely. Yeah.
When we get into this, so I'm just gonna be able to. Is it like are you like saying like I'm gonna be a affiliate program, like because like so EP, my man EP got a nice following and everything. So could he be? Is it like an Amazon affiliate? Is what you're saying with
No, this is the
cannabis?
that's the idea. Like, you know how popular Amazon is. You just click it and order it and it's drop shit to your front door.
Mhm.
That's the same way this business is, where you just go ahead, send your link to them. I could send you my store right now over the phone.
Right.
And then you can shop right there, but you don't need to. But if you was just a regular
Yeah, no.
person,
So
you can
yeah.
shop
And
and
who's
then
gonna be responsible for filling those
oh,
orders? I'm just
we
curious.
that's what my Canna Glow company. They are the ones that house the cannabis and
So
everything like
so
that.
it is sort of like an affiliate. So you
I am a
affiliate,
distributor of
you a
mine
distributor.
and
So
affiliate.
just cutting down to the raw tax. I just tell you straight up. It seemed like okay to me, being from the traditional market,
Hmm.
which is really our market here in Ohio, kind of we cut our chops on crack. I ain't gonna tell you no lie, and it's always about cutting the middleman out. I don't care what you talk about. I want to be next to the Colombian that's growing the damn cocaine. If I could be next to the processing plant, that's where I want to be. To the point where I can't get the product. This is as close as I need. I want to be there because it's cutting out. So then you said, I'm gonna sign up with you so Canna Globe can be the fulfiller of the products, right?
Correct.
So when Canna Globe, so that's to me, I mean, to me, sort of sounding like the Mary Kay lady with the pyramid. So I got to sign up with you, so they'd be the plug. So if I just took this in traditional market, just so people can understand, I think sometimes when I talk like this, people can understand what we talk about. So if I'm the plug and I'm distributing the bag to the street, what part, you saying that you're the plug's plug?
I am the owner of my personal dispensary, and I am the realtor of the dispensaries as well. So I can help people become dispensary owners instead of selling weed. I don't have to sell
So
weed.
it's the same. I agree.
You get
Okay,
me?
so if I say the plug was the dispensary, which I say it is in a roundabout way,
Hmm.
So then I want to see the value of your company. Is it that my buying power is greater with you? Is it my quality? Or, that's when I like the concept, but then it's part of the ownership and where is that money coming back to? I'm a little confused though.
Straight to my e-wallet. I get paid every Friday. So
All right,
I, I do,
that's your wallet.
but that's why I said I have a 3-step process where I train you exactly on how to do these steps so that you know and you're confident before you even get your dispensary, because I don't want you to pay no money and you unsure.
Right,
So
right,
I
right.
work you through and teach you, and we build a trusted relationship where you're making money and
Hmm.
I'm helping you do so.
Okay, is the products that's through the store through Canna Globe, right?
Hmm.
So say my marketplace is I want Ohio grown natural weed, and that's not an offering a can of glow. Are you set up to take other intake from other products? So say like my buddies over at Made by a Farmer in Michigan. Is it possible to add their product line to
It is
these
not.
dispensaries?
They're not affiliates of my company, so it is not.
Not affiliate of the Wolf.
Both the Wolfpack dispensary business, or because I'm the affiliate of my Canna Globe company. I'm the distributor as well, one of them. And so if they're not connected, if they don't have any connection business wise, and their products will not be in our store, but we have our own DEA certified. You know what I'm
All
saying?
right, then that's the next question I'm gonna ask you. Why you accepting the middleman?
Why am I? Because I'm getting paid. I'm making money being a boss of my own dispensary, which makes a big difference. And like I told you, my reasoning in the beginning for
I
even
agree.
signing up
Yeah.
is helping my people.
I'm down for that, and also, but then I'm also not down to sign some people up for a pyramid scheme to a certain extent. When this product has been like, unlike New York, they
Wait, hold
ain't
on, wait a
even
minute,
touch.
wait a
Let
minute.
me see.
Lean not on your own understanding because you
I,
have no understanding.
I agree. I
Lean
agree.
not. Don't do
I
that.
agree that the Mary Kay lady gave me the same argument. I swear, gosh, she
This
almost
ain't
said
no.
the
Wait a
same thing.
minute.
No,
This
no,
ain't
no,
no
I ain't say that.
argument.
It's not. No,
This
no,
is.
and I
That's
didn't
what.
say that
Yeah.
as that we're arguing. I said that we have two different points
Everybody does.
about
Hmm.
a set of facts.
Right. Right.
Not that we're arguing. But when I say that, the Canna Globe company is basically the parent company, and then they are basically the quality keeper and the purchasers of the product, right?
They have their own warehouse. Just like you just said, you went to that one plant thing and it was like 100 yards. They have their
200
own.
acres.
They have, many, many plants.
Canna Globe. It's just like that because as much as I've been around this industry, Canna Globe and places like that that's doing drop shipping and things like that. Legally, I would have like probably we probably could spend another 30, 40 minutes talking
Hmm.
about that legally on how they able to do that, and then also it would be just a thing of the quality. I just think I I love the mission statement that you have about
Hmm.
helping people.
Yes.
Um, I do think it's me personally. I would probably go about that in a different mannerism where I think I
Hmm.
would be trying to put the local cultivators on because I do think it's something about keeping your footprint down
Absolutely.
to save money, and it's also something about where you reside at. I think the ground also gives something back. So weed that's grown in Ohio, I think, should be smoked by Ohioans and each state also. And that would be the little thing. But I am very, I'm sort of interested. But then on another hand, I almost, not to be so disrespectful, I think it's almost easier to give a dude an ounce and turn him out to the street and let him get back and let him bring back
That's
the
not
money.
correct. That's not correct at
That
all.
you
See,
a
this is
link
opinion.
glean on your own understanding.
Huh? Yeah, lean not on your understanding because you do
You
not
just said
have
that to
no.
me too.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
What you're saying is how you feel, your opinion. What I'm saying to you is based on the fact that you are, your own businessman here in Ohio. You're basically putting yourself in a box and saying only the Ohioans should smoke Ohio weed. When I
Mm.
feel like you should learn about, like y'all said before, about all the weed that's given
Right.
out there, and you should try it all and don't be so racist
Oh,
or discriminatory
oh
against
yeah. I give you
everybody else
that.
that's trying to
Hmm.
unite. See, I'm here to unite you.
Yeah.
I'm here to work with you. Let's do something together.
I
I'm not
am.
here to say I'm about to just take over. I'm coming to Cleveland to just have my way.
No, no, no.
Have my way. No, I didn't come here for
I
that.
would
I come
agree.
here to talk to you and say, since you do have a platform here, what can I do to, collaborate with you and make it bigger, make that thing grow so we can reach out to people all over the country, but not just for our own personal gain,
Right.
but to really help people, uplift people in the community that need us. I don't just want to get high.
Right,
Because
right. I know you do.
I
Yeah.
did have an experience when my products came to my house. I
Right.
did sample it because I wanted to say, because
Right,
when I
right.
first signed up, I'm like, I got all these products into my house. I'm like, I have to make sure that before I even speak on this,
Right.
that I make sure it's potent. I make sure it's hitting.
Right.
And I made one of them brownies. I got a bag of brownies,
Yeah.
and I baked it, and then I forgot that it was THC. So I'm hitting it. I'm
Yeah.
eating it.
Yeah.
Too many of them. I had two of them. 400 milligrams of my life was in the hospital because it was
That's a lot.
so strong. I was so high
Right.
that I tried to go to sleep. You know when you go to sleep, you feel better?
Yeah.
No, I was even higher than I went to sleep. So with
Yeah.
that being stated, like that really showed me like, oh my God, this is the truth. I smoked the weed that I had. It had me lit. Like I needed
Right.
to try it to make sure it was good. And yeah, but this ain't about getting high. This is about helping empower my people.
I agree. Now that on a business level, I probably always gonna be a supporter of anybody who's trying to help people out in a business context. On the cannabis plant, we probably business wise and how I feel about that, I'm probably gonna disagree with you on that and the way I don't know. I just don't believe in adding the middleman that we don't know. Canna Globe ain't gonna be able to come here and get their feet to the fire.
But what if I get them money in their pocket? Now they ain't got to worry about struggling or going to a charity to get food. When I can help put money in their pocket. It doesn't matter about the plant. The plant it is because it's medicinal.
Correct.
And it can help people with the cannabinoid system. But the whole thing that I'm trying to get them to understand is you don't just have to get high. Now you can get high if you like to get high, but you can make money while you get high. So that makes a complete difference. So now I'm smoking,
Right.
and while I'm smoking, I got money in my e-wallet because I done helped this many family members all over the country. Big deal. I'm a big deal.
Right.
And I'm coming to give it to my family, to my people. I need y'all to know that y'all don't got to struggle no more because now it's another way. And if you love getting high, that's even better.
See that?
Let's get high
I agree.
together then. We gonna celebrate because let's live our best life. I'm tired of seeing my people hurt each other. You can't even go out without seeing your brother hitting on his sister or fighting each other
I
when it
agree.
should be love. What we talking about? What we talking? I don't need you to be particular about the weed and what I'm selling.
Yeah.
Because I don't even care about selling the product. I'm here
Yeah.
to give the dispensary. Here, baby, make some money.
Right.
I don't care about that. I don't care about the weed. I don't care about that.
I agree, and I guess this the absolute difference between the two of us is
Correct.
all I care about is the weed.
Correct.
You talking? I love all the political and social context of it at all, but my number one thing is quality,
Absolutely.
high quality, great produced cannabis. That's me
And then
number
somebody
one.
you
I'm
like
gonna
you.
be first off. I mean, and then past that, I'm also have I'm a conscious American who got a stake in this reality also,
Yes.
and I want to gatekeep this for my kids and everything. And I do want to be here, but then also from a business context, I do like that part of the business plan of yours, but then I'm also a stickler about this plant. I am very I grow, I cultivate. I started this
I like that.
I started this podcast for similar reasons. You don't need a whole lot of money to be in this industry. You don't need, if you wanted to
not.
get your business going, it was outdoor season right now. I could have gave you a pack of seeds, which I did. I gave away lots of seeds and let people plant all over. They harvesting their outdoor crops right now.
That's good.
Some of these people are gonna make money from the rooter to the studer. And when you start from the
Locally.
seed locally, and they can ship it wherever they want to.
But that part becomes illegal if they're doing it personally, correct? If they don't do
No.
it correct by the guidelines, correct? If it's shipped by the wrong guidelines, then they're federally indicted or they're in trouble for that. You have to be careful the way you send packages off. You have to be careful.
Absolutely wrong.
Okay.
You got to get a little more information because you got to know what you're growing and you got to know exactly how to have it tested. And if you want to ship anything in this world, cannabis, and I say not the world, but in the United States federally, it's definitely a way to go about it. That's why I'm looking at this company right here, and I'm not 100% sure that that's the best wagon to hit your horse to because of just the things you just said about right there. I think you could get some people a better economic, a different way into this with the knowledge about how to do those same questions you ask is answers to those questions. They cost money and they cost research on how you figure that out. And if you was going to put them onto a platform and not make them and with all due respect, not to call it a pyramid scheme, but in this sake of time, I would say to not put them on the bottom rung of
Did
okay,
you
you
say the
got to
bottom? That's not
not
to
the
come in at the
bottom
top.
rung because Canna Globe is at the top. They got the product right.
No, we come in with them. We're at the top with
Canna
them.
Globe and Wolfpack is at the top
We're
right
at the
now.
top. Yes,
I'm not gonna be a third partner with you two,
you're at the
right?
top as well. This is not no employee. This ain't no job.
Okay,
This
so
is a
you take it
business.
what I
Because we
just
got our own different. Because we can agree to disagree. But I'm telling you, I know my way just like you know your way.
right, right,
Correct.
right. So that's
We,
what I'm saying. If you
if
gonna
you don't
put me,
understand my way,
I'm
so
just saying, if you are Amazon and I'm an Amazon affiliate, me and Amazon are not equal partners.
oh,
How are we equal partners? Amazon making more than me.
we equal because you have the ability when you get your dispensary to do the same thing I'm doing, if not better.
Pyramid scheme.
It's not.
If I want to be as rich as you, I have to make a market just the
That's just
same as
like if you
yours.
go to a warehouse and you open a job and you have a whole bunch of people, you got to get people to come in that warehouse to make money, right? And then when you come in as an
And
employee,
sell
you
you.
start in at the bottom and you work your way up to the top. So either way it goes,
Absolutely
but when you
right.
come in with me, you at the top with me and you running with me and we making money together and we're
I
going
can't
straight to
be
the
at the
top.
same profit margin that you, because Canna Globe is in both our
When
pockets.
you, but it doesn't matter because they're helping us. They're the ones that open the business. So how can we knock somebody that's just like being in a hood and somebody put you on. You still got to report back to them, give them some of their money
The
for
hood is
putting
a
you
better.
on.
The hood is better from Canna Globe because the hood will let you be on if it's your boy. Like,
But you can also risk getting
because it's
killed
money.
too. Because
We
it's
got to
money
take that
involved.
element out. We just gonna
Wait a
talk
minute.
business because you said the hood. We could not even use that. Like I say, Amazon or any business, Mary Kay is a good example
I
of
feel
that
like you attacking
scam
me
way. I'm not
because this
attacking.
is how I feel because you have your way of doing your business and because mine's a little bit different from yours, you can't agree with how I can help people make money. And you trying to focus on the flower and I'm focusing on the building. I'm
I
focusing on building
no.
my
I'm
warehouse
not. I'm
full
not.
of people that I'm helping empower and make money.
I agree. I agree with you, and I'm not saying like I told. I said that to even with the Mary
You
Kay
know,
lady.
I can't compare myself to Mary Kay because Mary Kay ain't doing what I'm doing. Mary Kay is not doing what Jules is doing.
Jules ain't got the track record. I mean, or the bank
I'm
account
one
like
of the
that.
top
I mean,
10.
top
One of the
10.
top out of
You ain't
17,000.
got
I'm one of the.
revenue like Mary Kay
I
though.
don't think I see Mary Kay been doing this for a little while. Jules only been doing this since November.
I
So for
give you
me,
percentages to. You don't want to go
but
that
look,
bad.
look, no, what I'm saying is Jules just started. But what I did was didn't forget about my people when I got put on. And once I got on the other side of the quadrant and realized, wow, this could really help people. This could really help my people. And what can I do to be impactful into the world? I need to reach them. So
Right,
what I do, I moved from Florida and I came back to
right.
Ohio to reach out to somebody like y'all and say, hey, put me on y'all show. I need to reach out to some people and
Yeah,
tell them that I
you
got
gonna do
them.
good. You gonna do good, and I appreciate that. And I definitely like everybody talking about cannabis. Definitely,
Every day.
we gonna definitely. I want you to give out some information, and don't take me wrong. I told you, I'm just like that. I'm
You
gonna
a
ask you
stickler.
I'm gonna ask you probative questions, and
That's
I am
okay.
gonna, if I don't really agree to disagree. I just think you're wrong and I'm right most of the time. Just to be
And that's
brutally honest
okay. And
with
that's the
you.
reason why I stood my ground because I know
You
what I'm
supposed
doing.
to. You
You know
supposed
what I'm
to.
saying? I know what I'm
Yeah,
doing
you
over here.
supposed to. Don't
So
let me change your
you
mind.
can't. I'm
Don't.
focused.
You
You see
shouldn't
this?
be. You
What that
should
say?
be.
What that say? Focus. I'm very focused.
Absolutely. But focus from made by farmers, not from Wolfpack or
That's
Canaglow.
okay. That's because
Damn,
I
I
didn't bring
guess
these.
I'm
He
wrong.
crazy. I didn't bring
You
this
know
shit
I
up in
got that.
here.
You supposed to. You
But
supposed to
look,
always bring that. But
I ain't
listen,
no. I ain't no
I'm there.
salesman.
I'm here. I'm here to
I'm
support.
the realtor.
I am here to support you, and I'm
Yes.
here to support businesses. I'm also, just because it don't fit for me, don't mean it don't fit for the next man.
Correct.
Absolutely right. Before we get out of here, I want you to give people some information on how we get in touch with you, how you get signed up for your social media platforms, and do you have any events coming up?
Well, I'm always traveling. I just got back from Florida running
Hmm.
an event. I just got back from Las Vegas, launching the business out there with my team. We about to get ready to go to Puerto Rico next month. So I'm
All
looking to
right.
take people with me so they can see it for themselves because seeing is believing. You can reach me. You can hit me up on my phone, y'all. If y'all listening, write this
Ooh.
down. 863 888-585-6386. Cause see, I really like that in real
That's a good one,
time.
chat.
If you want to hit me up on my phone or my social media platforms, you can hit me up at Jules Charlton, JEWELS Charlton, CHARLTON at Facebook, or if you want to hit me up at Instagram, I'm Jules_the_gifted. Hit me up, y'all. I'm ready to help y'all, and I can help y'all today in real time. Let's go.
There we go. Well, we thank Jules and the Wolf Pack and Canna Globe representing them. And as usual, I love asking probative questions. I'm glad you're a good sport about that. Because some people, oh, don't get me wrong, I was on the Mary Kay lady worse than you because she talking about theology and shit. I disagree with that. But
Right.
I do appreciate you taking those tough questions. A lot of people would have been buckled. Obviously, I probably have a different light on the way we see that business, but I'm also willing to collaborate and learn because I do not know everything.
Right.
I know some things, and I'm always a student of this game, a
Let's
student of
go.
life. So I'm never going to graduate. So to think I can't learn is wrong. I do learn. I deal with a plant that's ever evolving that we're learning more and more about. So I definitely appreciate you stepping in and then just sitting into the guests too. Shout out to Made by Farmers who got us the good gummies in. They got Unwind. I got Focus and Skinny V here. We definitely good pots of the week this week. We definitely got some Marshmallow OG and some pre-rolls and some stuff. Stay tuned for the Al Porter radio hip hop show and Hot Mess in the evening coming up. Thank y'all so much. Don't forget I'm always looking for weed testers at Sohigho 216, SOHIGHO 216 at Gmail. First 5 people, you're always going to get something free. I think we're going to be passing out the gummies this week, so sign up on the email for that. And you can ask all our email guests if we get them. I'll show you the list that last week they all got their stuff. Thanks so much for the voice of radio, my man EP on the board for us today. And as he always like to say, smoke weed so you don't punch people in their face. Now, thank y'all so much. Tune in next week. I think next week we're gonna have Ramon Rivas in the studio with a couple other comedians. We'll run down some of the stuff we did this weekend next week. Thanks so much for Kevin, Mr. Soul, in the house tonight. I love interviewing him. Great interview with him. Thanks to Voice of Radio, and we're going to see you guys next week. Thank y'all.
Woo.
All right.
Wait, where my product?
Which one, brother?
Let me get them gummies.
What
Let
you
me
want?
Get them gummies.
What you want?
Boom, Focus.
All right, but you don't even
I
do
do
weed.
eat gummies. I don't smoke weed.
Nah, we can do it.
Can I get this?
I need